Welcome to the Holy Scriptures Explained channel. Most times, people talk more about Noah's 3 sons, who were responsible for repopulating the world after the Great Flood. This video will focus on these 3 sons of Noah and their 3 wives, who are Noah's daughters-in-law. Please like, comment and subscribe to this channel. It is noteworthy to mention the fact that we have a series called The Origin of Peoples according to the Holy Bible, in which we delve into each of Noah's sons' genealogy. In case you are not acquainted with this topic, these are the wives that were referenced in the Bible's Book of Genesis account of Noah's Ark. They were part of the family that survived the flood. Among them are Noah's own wife and the wives of his sons and daughters-in-law. Despite omitting these women's names, the Bible attests to their existence. You will learn everything there is to know about them from the Bible and additional sources such as the Sibylline oracles, the Book of Jubilees, and other old manuscripts. Shem, who is one of Noah's sons, is also regarded as the father of the Semitic peoples, had a wife who was known by the name Sedekwetelbab, according to the Book of Jubilees. According to the Sibylline oracle, Sedekwetelbab was the mother of the Semitic peoples and the wife of Shem. She lived for centuries after the flood and had an extraordinarily long lifetime. The Bible records that during that period, she had a large number of sons and daughters. She was also regarded as a prophetess during her time in Mesopotamia. Together with her spouse Shem, the Sibylline oracle claims that she passed on prophecies to every generation descended from her. The offspring of Sedekwetelbab and Shem, including Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram, are mentioned in the Book of Genesis and Chronicles. Furthermore, the Bible also mentions this woman's grandchildren, who were the mother of the Semitic peoples. The grandson Uzai, Hur, Jediel, and Meshech are the sons of Aram, son of Shem, and Sedekwetelbab. The Chaldean peoples descended from Arphaxad and Arphaxad. The Chaldean peoples descended from Arphaxad and Akkadians, as well as the Elamites and Elamite peoples, who also acknowledge her as their matriarch. She is also regarded in the Book of Jubilees as the progenitor of the ancient Lydians in Anatolia and Arameans, who are descended from Aram. In addition to being the mother of Ashur, the ancestor of the Assyrians, she was also the mother of all the sons of Shem, listed in the biblical text. As a Semitic people in antiquity, the ancient Assyrians are descended from this woman, who was known by the name Sedekwetelbab in the Book of Jubilees. Regarding the origin of Sedekwetelbab, some authors propose that she was descended from Cain. This is still up for contention, although others say she was a lady descended from Seth. Now, the Book of Jubilees mentions the wife of Ham, the youngest son of Noah and the father of the Hamite race, often known as Africans and South Indians. She is known by the name Nile Tamayuke. Since Mizraim was his son, Nile Tamayuke was therefore the ancestor of the peoples descended from Mizraim, the ancient Egyptians, as well as the mother of the African peoples, the Cushite people. In addition, she was the mother of Cush, progenitor of the ancient Nubians and Ethiopians, who are still present in parts of Africa, like Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia, Eritrea, among others. The mother of both South Indians and Africans, Nile Tamayuke, is also said to be the ancestor of the Dravidian peoples of South India, who are said to be the country's first settlers. There are old myths about Ham's wife found in Christian traditions, like the one that was passed down by the 235-year-old Hippolytus. Old custom refers to Ham's wife as Nile Tamayuke, as she is recorded in the Book of Jubilees. The story of Abraham and Isaac, which begins when Abraham was going to give Isaac as a sacrifice to God in the Holocaust, is strikingly similar to the story of Ham's wife. The parallel between these two stories, where God uses a loved one to test the faith of his slaves, is evident. The Book of Jubilees refers to the wife of Japheth, who is regarded as the ancestor father of the Indo-European and Asian peoples, as the Aditonesis or Aditonesh, the same way that Setiquetabab is the wife of Shem and Naitamayuke is the wife of Ham. Because Aditonese was born before the flood, she shared an extraordinarily long lifetime with Noah's other daughters-in-law. Though she too survived the flood, at that time individuals were expected to live considerably longer than they did in the immediate aftermath. Aditonesis was also a prophetess, much like the other daughters-in-law of Noah. The Sibylline oracles actually state that every one of Noah's daughter-in-law was a prophetess. Because Aditonesis had lived hundreds and hundreds of years, she made numerous prophecies while she was still alive, one for each generation and for each people of her progeny that would arise after her death. The Bible and the Book of Jubilees tells us that the Chinese people are descended from Tagama, the grandson of the Aditonesis and great-grandson of Japheth. The Bible and the Book of Jubilees tells us that the Chinese are descended from Tagama, the grandson of the Aditonesis and Japheth. Japheth's sons, Gomer, his first son, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras were all descended from Aditonesis. These 7 boys were not only the children they had. The genealogies also mention other sons and daughters who are not included in order to prevent a comprehensive list. Elisa, also known as Elixir, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dononim, are the grandchildren of Elisa, also known as Elixir, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dononim, are the grandchildren of Aditonesis and Japheth. Through the sons and daughters of Aditonesis and Japheth, descendants of these two men dispersed throughout the ages, giving rise to various peoples and nations. The Gomerites, sometimes also called the ancient Sumerians, are thought to have descended from Gomer through their mother Aditonesis. The Gomerites split into descendants of Tagama, descendants of Riphat, and descendants of Ashkenaz in early antiquity. Chinese, Mongolian, Japanese, and Korean peoples are among the Far Eastern peoples descended from Tagama. The Ashkenazic lineage gave rise to the Vikings, Germanic, and Slavic peoples, whereas the descendants of Riphat became the Celtic peoples. It is significant to note that there is still controversy around the ancestry of Asian peoples, including Korean, Japanese, and Chinese people. Some claim they are descended from one of Canaan's sons. However, according to other customs and interpretations, they are descended from Tagama, who was Aditonesis and Japheth's grandson. There is so much research and debate surrounding the question of these people's ethnic origins. Aside from these peoples, the native peoples of Russia are also descended from Aditonesis and Japheth, as well as Tagama, and the indigenous peoples and tribes of America and other regions. Interestingly, these 3 intriguing and perplexing biblical women are mentioned in a number of old traditions. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, go ahead to subscribe to this channel if you are yet to do so. Also, give this video a thumbs up, like it, and turn on your notification bell icon. Don't forget to also share it with your friends and family. We also have other interesting biblical stories on our channel, so you can check them out.